Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I've been having a look through. I have got lots and lots and lots of DSP. From years gone by, I cut some down to 6x6. I have literally got drawers full of it, and I often sit there and wonder what am I going to do with it. So I decided to make a little junk journal using some chip, because I save all the chipboard off the back of designer series papers, you know, the speciality ones. They're pretty good, but they make great covers for books. So I'm going to show you how I covered this one. You know my tape method. You've seen me use it a few times, but I'm going to use pages. Let me find, look, I mean, this is just a little fraction. Let me just pick some more up. I've got drawers full of it. And I just picked out, I mean, I think I only used one piece of this. And then I've still got all, this is from Beautifully Penned. And then you've got the In Good Taste. Then this one, it's Sand and Sea. And then we've got the Dainty Flowers, and we've got the vellums that came. We had speciality vellums with some paper cardstock with patterns on. Some of them have got an embossing on. Not so much an embossing, but they've got like a lace pattern. Then we had plain ones in greens, and look, I think you've got a different colour green one way and a darker green the other. And they just look different on each page. And then there's pinks. Then there was oranges. What else? And then I've got Forever Ferns. That was one with the leaves. So I'm thinking of doing a seasonal journal. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. So, and I know I've still got quite a lot of designer series paper from Christmas in 12x12s. This one is, I think this was the Ornate Garden one. And you had specialty papers one side. And then you had a pattern the other side. But then you had the foils the other side. And I get quite lost. And I don't want to make gift bags all the time because I don't send gifts normally. I will make them and I will make a video on them, but I don't really tend to send a gift as in a gift bag like I used to a long time ago. You've got Rain and Shine. This would be great for spring, you know, with April showers and the start of the spring when we got our umbrellas up. And then, like I'm saying, in between the videos, because this will probably be over a couple of videos, we've got winter cut, you know, autumn and winter papers I've got somewhere as well. So I thought I would do a journal that covers spring, summer, autumn and winter, and maybe put a divider in between. But the pages of the album will be the designer series paper itself. So I'm going to be cutting these down to 6 by, I think it's 7.5. So I'm on a page that I'm going to use as a cover. I've just dropped something on the floor and I don't know where it's gone. I'll find it in a minute. I don't want to move my chair because I'll probably wheel over it. But how, instead of putting black cardstock on, I'm just going to cut my black. You've seen me cover albums like this all the time. If you haven't got, use normal washi tape. This is my wide stuff, so I'm really cutting it down to make it go a little bit further. Sticking to my titanium scissors. But I often see I know my beautiful friend Carla does a lot of cards for Cancer. And that's a little bit long. I don't want it as long, or as wide should I say. Look at it, it's so sticky. So let me do it like, I pop my piece down and cut it a little bit shorter. I'll show you why in a moment. So I'm just going to lay this. I don't want to cover these sides because I'm going to be doing full lengths. So I'm just going to turn it over and smooth that out. And the same this end, so I'll cut a little bit off that end as well. Now I've already done my pages, my covers, and I will show you in a moment, but I'll show you the stages I did to get there. So, you know, by the time now I add a piece of designer series paper, I've got that beautiful black border. If you don't have black tape like this, you can cheat by using a black marker pen as well. So let me show you. This is an Arteza pen, but I'm sure you've got a big wide nip. You can even do it on the tips and on the backs, and then you can literally go down the set, you know, as neat as you want. You only need a small line. So you don't even have to have the tape that I've got. You can literally go around your chipboard. I think the reason I use tape is just to give it a little bit of protection. I'll tell you what else you could do as well. Let me just do this back side because I might as well finish this off now. Black cardstock, the same length, score it, get a 1 inch piece, maybe 1 1/8, score it 1/2 inch and then 5/8 of an inch, and then wrap it round and glue it both sides. That way you've got protection on the ends as well. I'll see if I've got some black cards. I don't think I've got it this length, but I'll show you what I mean. Anything to save you. You will use a lot of ink because it's sapping into cardboard, so it sucks it up like a sponge. But if you, I tell you what would even work, a cheap felt pen, so you don't have to use your good stuff. But look, you've got a black edge all the way round. So, and I tell you what, if you, this is not full size, but if that was full size, who's going to tell that you've only drawn around those sides? You've still got your black border. Let me see if I've got any black cardstock in my scraps bin. I'm not going to go up and get a full piece. These are all my scraps. I don't have black. Well, let's just say, for instance sake, oh, I can't even pick it up with my fingers. Just say, for instance, this was black. Now, I would score it first. Score at 1/2 inch, and then come over 1/8 of an inch, and then score at another 1/2 inch. Then you could trim this section off, and then burnish your score lines. And then it's going to be tight squeeze burnishing that last little one, but just pull it back on itself until it lays flat. And that's just to compensate for the cardboard. I mean, if you've got the Stampin' Up metric scoreboard, you could. And then you could also wrap just cardstock around and then glue that down either side using black cardstock, so you've got it up to the edges, and you could even miter into the corners like this. So cut down in a 45-degree angle and just cut that off. So you could miter, and then the next piece on this side miter as well, and they would join up beautiful. And it's just so when that's glued down, you've got a thicker edge border, but who would know it's just cardstock even? maybe put tape down both sides and just use, or colour 3 sides, and the pages that you open just use cardstock there to give it a little bit more protection. But I'm just showing different ways that you can cover your piece of chipboard before you add your designer series paper. Perfect. I mean, I can carry on. Obviously you would have to fill up your gaps. But nobody would know once you put some nice designer series paper over the top of that you hadn't just either used black cardstock or black chipboard just to make these pieces. Anything to make your life a little bit easier, and anything to save yourself something on product. Excusez-moi, Gaynor's got a bit of a... I started a diet and it gives you flu because I'm not eating carbohydrates. So let's grab some cardstock. Let's just use, this is for later. I am gonna pull out the arm, and you can get so much from this one sheet for the size album that I'm making. So I want my directional, the longest piece. So 7 yeah, 7.5 I'm doing, which leaves you 1, 2, 3, 4 4.5. Yeah. So well, yeah, 4.5 inches. But don't throw that away. We can make pockets with this. You can glue down the sides, or you can add cardstock. I'll show you one that we'll show you later now. I did cardstock down mine and then cut that in by 6 inches. And you've got 2 sheets, which is 2 pages. And if you want to strengthen them, you can glue them together to give you a really strong page. Or you can glue 3 sides and give yourself another pocket. But that I'm using them singularly as pages. And then you would look at your book. I just rounded the corners off mine. I mean, I could use that as the inner page on this to make it look the same size as the pages. Now I'm going to do this the same way round, because I have already got, I've already got a lot of my pages cut ready. I haven't sorted them out into piles yet. I've just literally cut a lot of cardstock. So I've got these, I'll keep at the front. Oh, and by the way, once I covered my pages, I added designer series paper on the front. I've added these beautiful corners. They're for photographs. If you want to add them to metal, you can either add them on the corner of your chipboard. They're like photograph corners. You could glue these down and then tuck your paper in, but they're metal. I had mine from eBay 6 years ago, and I had some antique looking ones, and I've got some gold ones as well. But I simply did a front, a back, and added just 1 each on the corners. I mean, we're going to make this into a ring binder, but you could add another 2 on all corners, but this is the way the book is going to open, so I just thought I would add them on the front. When you get them, they slot on, and I've got this tool for clipping metal wires, you know, off your flowers, and it just takes the little stems off so you can add them to books. But I literally put that in and squoze it gently, and it's not coming off my book. Trust me, it's on there, it's not coming off. Now also I used a piece of white cardstock, also from, let me find something, here it is. I used one of these, just the sheets, and I cut it to size and left myself a border and rounded the corners, just to add a little bit more stability to make my pages thicker and use them as page liners. I did it on one of them. I don't think I did it on all of them on the other page because I added just designer series paper, so I'll show you that one as well in a minute. But I never throw these cardboard pieces away, or the chipboard pieces that come from the specialty papers. So that's my practice one. I will be making 2 of these, but I'm not going to be making them today. I've got my other lot of papers ready. So there is one that I made earlier, which needs trimming down. I trim it down after I know the size, and I've rounded my corners. So I can add that. Maybe I'll take another slither off this and then measure so I can trim it off at the back. But I do have my other page. So I'm going to be making 2 books. And I've got about 20-30 pages. And it's up to you. You can put 10 in there and add pockets. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So, right, where's my book? Oh, so this is going to be the back of my book. This is the inside of my other piece. This is the front page. So I don't know why I added the rounded corners there. Have I done it a bit silly? Skew width. Yeah, I have added my corners on the wrong end. But it doesn't matter, because this is going to be the outside of the back. So I've got my metal clips on the outside. These then are going to be the pages of my little junk journal. And don't worry if we've got pages that are the wrong weight. So these will sit at the best off showing you this one. So these will sit exactly the same piece as my inner piece of cardstock. And then when I add my back page on, so it's going to go like this. My pages are not poking out the side or level with the top and bottom. I've got a little bit of inner space in case I want some poles or ribbons hanging out or everything. So I cut quite a lot of paper and I've already rounded all the corners. So I've got my other piece. I've got the start of my chipboard, which is going to be one of my other pieces. I'm going to set them to one. I'm actually going to go through the papers first with you. I've started to cut myself some little banners. I mean, I may add that to give it some colour. May add that strip of paper there just to highlight with some colours. Another little cute banner. I might find some ribbon and do a little ribbon top. And then I might get my, you know, I bought the punch and it's called the alphabet something. I can't remember the stamp set. Let me, no, Gaynor. Let me see if I can find my catalogue even. I'll put them down somewhere. Here it is. And it's called Alphabest. And it's on page 116. Here it is. I bought this stamp set and this tiny little punch, and it's tiny, it's that size. So what I might do is stamp out the words seasonal junk journal, or I might just put junk journal and then add those on the page. And let make sure I've got them all lined up beautiful. Put junk journal or junk notepad or something like that. But now we've got our back page, our front page. We've established that we've got our metal pieces. Now these are my design, and I can get 6 pieces because these are 6 inches wide. It doesn't look it, does it? But if you hold a 6x6 pack in your hand, it looks small. but this is 6 by 7.5. In case I want to put on a 5 by 7 photo, I've got a 1/4 inch gap all round to do a large photo. I've got a punch that I shall show you now if I can find it. I should have fetched these over so I can make tabs. You literally punch it out, fold it over, and you've got tabs to pull in and out. This is a new punch I bought a few weeks back, and it does photo corners. It cuts that shape. It even scores it for you, so you just bend them over. Let me show you that. Get some yellow. And literally punch it. Oops, come on. You gotta be strong. There it is, look. And then you just fold these back. And there's your little photo corner. So I could add these on here. Do 4 of them, and so you can slip a photo in instead of glue it. You can glue this down, but you don't have to glue it shut when your page is in. So if that was glued on there, I can still slide my photo in, and it gives me lovely corners. And then you can slip a photo in. You can change them up seasonally, and you could even use that as a piece for the front to hold your journal and just write or stamp the words junk journal. Beautiful. But I do love this new little punch. The only thing is you can't see underneath, so I could be wasting cardstock, but I get a fair few out of there. See how they just drop out? They're cute, but I'm fearful of not putting it in far enough. Oh, I see. Now that one hasn't cut quite the corner out that I wanted, so I can't really judge how many I can get from my piece of paper. But I've got my 4 there. Even I'm only using scraps of cardstock, so let me show you. And it, like I say, it comes with its own crease lines. You literally just fold them over, and what a little godsend, because I mean I've priced up the little photo corners, and they're about £5 for 200. But can you imagine how many photos you could have on there? I'm just using this as an example. So I could glue that one. I can. But I can't even pick it up. Ugh. My fingers. I need 2 hands. So again, I could slide that on there. And then, like I'm saying, I can slot a piece of paper into there. Or I could just use this as a page that says spring. And just write there, stamp the word spring. Or even use your computer. And you could then... I need nails. There we go. No, it's coming off. Oh, there we go. So I can frame up and use this section to put like spring, but I was going to use this punch as well to do 4 tabs: spring, summer, winter, autumn and winter. And I love this one as well. Let's use our scraps again. Do you know, I need nails to... I know I look like I've got nails, but you know your little front fingers, that's the only one I've got a nail on. But I like this one because I can slide this in. And I can see where it is, she says. So so I can get 2 of those. I know. I do like these slides that keep the stuff in place. I should keep them open as I'm doing it. Oh, there you are. So I don't get any waste basically. And then what you do is you just bend these over, fold these in half. Because I've been after the Stampin' Up punch that does it something, the whalebone one, I think it's called, or whalebone or something like that. But I found this online as well on Amazon, and this is by, well, there's the name, I can't pronounce it. I always thought it was Vanessa Creations, but Viersen, but you can see it anyway, that's what it's called. But that's that punch. I got my scraps bin ready, so let me just move them to one side. So I could say, add this. I could even round those corners I suppose, but I'm just going to come just below on one page and then further down on another page, so I've got it dotted spring, summer, autumn and winter. So I'll be doing that. Oh, there they are, they're all 4 there. So now all I've got to do is go through these and think, is that a spring paper? Is that an autumn? I reckon with the golds and the tones, I'm going to put that under autumn. I know I haven't got any winter paper yet, but I mean these, I would say maybe the start of spring even. But check the backs as well, because these are all double-sided, so that could even go as an autumn page. This to me is summer, maybe the start of summer. Definitely, or a spring even. So you've got spring, summer, autumn, and then you look. I mean, again, that screams summer to me. And so this could be the start of spring, summer, spring, summer, summer, and definitely spring, because it's got the raindrops on there. So, and this, I've cut this the wrong way, but don't worry about that because that's still a page. I mean, definitely autumn, where the leaves and the flowers start to change colour. This could be an autumn colour because it's dark and autumnal. Yeah, definitely autumn. And then we've got these beautiful vellum pages, so I'm going to stick 1 in each. In fact, let's have the orange one there, because this one's got a lace pattern. So I'm going to do that as my spring. I'm also going to do this one as my spring. Now these black and white ones, I'm going to use them as the autumn ones. And now this one is a poppy one. We've got it in the wrong way round, but I'm not going to let that deter me because the beautiful pattern that's on there. Again, the black and whites I'm going to put for autumn. Definitely. Now, an autumn, maybe I'll put that one in there. But like the wood tones, they remind me of autumn. Maybe that could be early spring. Well, it's not really the colour for spring. But this one maybe, you know, spring colours. This one could be a summer colour. This one's definitely a spring colour. And again, look at this autumn wall. You could add flower arrangement on there. Then we've got the summer. This is the ocean waves for the summer. Now this page is upside down. So what I would do is just turn it round. And again, this reminds me of the start of spring. Maybe a rainy day, that could be in the spring as well. Summer with the seashells and the sand. This one again, the pattern's the wrong way round, but I reckon that's more of an autumn colour. So I'm roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 12 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 11 there, so not doing too bad. So we've got 11, 11 and 12. So maybe I'll remove one of these. So they've got 11 pages per section. And then I will find myself 11 pieces of cardstock for the Christmas section. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to punch myself, just for temporary, another blue label. Doesn't matter that it's not the same colour. I will probably change them in a bit. So I'm going to use a pencil and I'm just going to write autumn for this section, summer for this section, and spring for this section. So I've already arranged my papers. I mean, if I would have, so this one's going to have to be about here. And if I can place them, I know I'm not going to go all the way to the end, but because we've got 1/4 inch, I can leave that sticking out 1/4 inch. This one then will be for my autumn. So summer will go in the middle. So what I'll have to do is, when I attach them, I will have spring, and then I'll probably have summer overlapping. And then I will have my autumn. I mean, I could even cut these sections down to make them a little bit smaller. So I just overlap them, not on the same page, but in between. And then I could just leave them poking out a little bit. Oh, they're not going to all be on the same page anyway. So Gaynor, you don't need to overlap. But you want to space, I want to space them just right. So when I open the book, I will see spring, summer, autumn and winter going down the sides in a like an encyclopedia does. So spring papers, summer papers, autumn papers. Now I'm going to decide which order I want them in. I do like this. Can you imagine a beautiful 5x7 photo with a little corner piece maybe cut out? That's what I dropped on the floor. I did do some corners. Let me see if I can see it without running over it. No idea where it's gone. Knowing my luck now, I would have rolled over it with my chair. Let me see if I can find it, girls. Oh, it's eluded me. No, I can't find it anywhere. Right, okay. Maybe it's, I tell you what, I bet you it slid under my freezer. Yeah, I bet it slid under my freezer, so I'll have to make a new one. So with the leftover pieces then, I got myself a page protector, an empty one, and these are going to be used for banners, pockets, photo pages. So I can add this and tilt it, put my corners in, and stamp place photo here. I just wanted to make it a joyful little journal. I've also found, so they're my bits for there. I found some rice paper or tissue paper even. These came in between my sheets of, do you remember the round this tape I bought? And I had 20 rolls. So I had 4 and then a sheet on top, 4, and it came in a box. And I thought, oh, I'm going to keep the paper. It'll come in handy for something. Where have I all got them out there? They're going in there. So what I did then, I just got my ruler and tore roughly to size. Doesn't have to be perfect. I could even grab my ruler again. Just run that along the edge. Maybe I will do it this end because I've got no control. So just roughly keep it straight. Just to give me a torn edge. Not even a very straight torn edge. But you've just got to be inventive. So, goodness. Oh, I do apologise. Or I could, so I've got my pages. Or I could even fold this over and burnish that. Add this in as a page protector even. I could even curl one of the corners up. Fetch this up. Add this down. I'm just showing you roughly. I could add that in there and we could staple, and we can have this as a little tuck spot for some bookmarks, or maybe some little, you know, little tickets from, say you've been to the theatre or you've been to the pictures and you want to keep some little keepsakes without hiding them away. I mean, if that was a little ticket, say from the theatre, that would tuck in there beautiful. You could perhaps, if you've got a sewing machine, you could run some stitching up here, brush the ends, you know, it's endless. I mean, I could even open this back out and it will flatten back out. Just use your bone folder and you keep it pretty flat. Maybe I could fold this up, line this up, burnish this. I'm gonna give that a quick trim. I'm just showing ideas, but I will go through it with you when I put it together. So let's make that. Let's make this 5.5 inches. So look how cute that. And like I say, ladies, you've probably all got sewing machines. So you could run some stitching down there and down this little side here and use this as a pocket. Maybe fold a little doily over the top, which I don't have to hand at the minute. Do I have some doilies? I do somewhere, but I don't know where I put them. Let me see if they're in my drawer. Ah, found some. These are pretty lot. Look at the size of these. These are huge doilies, but I could even turn that into a pocket. But can you imagine? I use a paper clip. Obviously punch my holes so this stays in place. Use a lovely little paper clip and then slide things in from the side. That's absolutely beautiful. Use it as a tuck spot for tucking photos in. Just trim off the edges before I put it inside my book. But I've got loads and they're huge. I don't know why I kept the huge ones, but I do have I've got a slightly smaller one here. So here's that page. We could add that on there, or we could fold this over. Maybe use a sponge on there to make it look old. Slide that down there. Pop that into place and just decorate that pocket. Glue that on. And maybe that cute little label could, you know, just go to town and leave that as a little tuck spot for just on your pages. But we will do all this. I'm just showing you the bits that I've got together. So I've got tissue paper, doilies. I'm going to be making little banners. I've got the large doilies, which I will find now. So how long have we been recording? what I'll do now, I'll go off and find my designer series paper for my winter section. Then when we come back, we were going to be punching holes, lining these up, showing how to put them in, putting our dividers in, adding our photo corners to some of the pages, making some. I've got paper clips somewhere. I've got a whole tray of, these are different. I've got beautiful butterflies that somebody sent me. I've got lace. Whoops, they're going flying on their own. Aren't they beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. I've got some lace that somebody sent me. I've got beautiful ribbons. I've got little buttons, and I got sequins. I've got beautiful floral, but they're big. And I've got little bows, and I've got metal work. So I just want to decorate this up, and when they're done, I might make the 2, but not on camera. I will be making 2. Then I'll do a giveaway, because you know me, I don't sell anything. I'd sooner give it if somebody wants to go into a draw for a giveaway. If they want to pay the postage, I will post anywhere, you know me. So we're going to be I've got to have a look at videos first, but I've got these giant paper clips that we can turn into bookmarkers, beautiful pins to decorate certain pages. So I'm going to be looking at videos of that as well. But come on the next video. I've got letters. Maybe I'll use these. I've got J's. I don't have any U's. There's another sheet inside. There's actually 2 in there, I think. Let's just check. Yeah, there's another sheet in there. Fingers crossed I've got some. There we go. J-U-N-K. So I've got the word junk. I've got J-O-U-R-N-E-N-L. So I've got the words there to type out the words junk journal. They are sticky back, but I will use glue also to glue them down. There it is. Look at these little cursors and little shapes and stuff. So, oh, I've also got this little notepad of sticky notes, so we could add some sticky notes inside. Peel these off, you know, just use them to decorate up. And then I've got the small rings. And depending on how many pages, I've got some larger rings as well to use on my bookbinder. 1, 2, 3. So let's pull 3 out for now. But I've got a box full of goodies. So we're going to be doing all sorts with this gorgeous little album. So come back on the next video and we'll have a little bit more organisation. And we'll start putting the pages together. If you've got the page protectors, and I bought a load and they were too small for my 12 by 12. I would have had to cut them down to get them in my designer series paper in. So what I might do is cut some down, use them as pockets and also page protectors, and add my labels on the side to maybe as dividers. So I've got some really brand spanking new clear ones, so let's sort that out. I've also got some thicker ones as well. I'll try and find the item that I dropped on the floor as well. I'll come back on the next video and we'll go through the next lot of the stages together, and I would have sorted out my Christmas papers. So it's going to hold roughly 120 pages. No, it's not. Mind you, yeah, 11, so that's 22, 44, 66, 88 sides. So whether you decorate one and use it as the scrapbooking page where you add your photos, or you flip it over and add little pockets for little, say for this special occasion, say you add an administration into an admin fee to go in somewhere and they give you a little ticket, you could put those in the back pocket. So you've got a page for every. You're going to have a pocket for every page. Fingers crossed. But with these being a ring binder as well, you can expand. And also when you're finished, you can also take some of the pages out that you may not need anymore and then add new pages. But this is an ever expanding. You can put chains on those, fill them out, add your little, you can make some pom-poms and little embellishments to hang off the back. But yeah, come back and that's the next thing we'll do. So we'll have Christmas papers, we've got spring, summer, autumn. I will have on the next video my winter papers, and I'll probably would have cut out some more photo corners ready to keep a pile of photo corners. Don't have to all be the same colour. I will do a lot of those and put them in a tub ready, and then we'll just work on putting the book together. So yeah, come back on the next video. Love to you all. Till next time, on all glory to our great Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ, who gives these wonderful talents to us for us to share. Come back and I'll see you on the next video. Till then, bye.